Introduction to square root. Let us consider a square. Let us say this is a square whose sides are 3 centimeters each. So let's say 3 units for the time being. If I have a square whose sides are 3 units each, then what is the area of this square? We can find the area by multiplying the sides of the square. So we get area as equals to 3 times 3, which is 3 square, or you can also write this as 9. So we have area of 9 units square. Now the question is, if it is known to us that the area is 9 units square, how can you find the sides? That is the question. Let me take another question. Let's say we have a bigger square this time, and let's say this square has an area of 16. Let us say this time units are centimeters square. So the area is 16 centimeters square. Now the question is, if area is equals to 16 centimeters square, then what are the side lengths of the square? That means you have to find side of the square with an area of 16. How to solve this question? To solve this question, we have introduced you to a new term which is called square root. When we multiply two similar numbers, we get square of that number. 3 times 3 is 3 square, right? Now we know that the area is 3 square. How to find the side length? We say side length is equals to square root of the area. That reverse operation of square is the square root. So we can say, well, it is square root of 3 square. And this operation of square root returns us the side length 3. This is equal to 3. So that is what square root does. So when you multiply two numbers which are exactly same, in this case we took them as 3, we get 3 square, right? Square root of 3 square is 3. That is how we understand square root. An application is that if area is given to us of a square, then square root of that area will give us the side length of the square. So in this case, to find the side length, what we can do is we can find square root of 16. Now square root, we have a symbol for that, as I am drawing here. So square root is this kind of a symbol. So that is the symbol for square root. Square root of square of any number is the number itself. So that is the function of a square root. Now in this case we have square root of 16. We need to find two numbers which when multiplied to themselves will give us 16. So those two numbers are 4 times 4. So we can write this as 4 times 4. Then square root will return us just 4. It is square and then square root gives us the number itself. So kind of square root cancels square. So it's a reverse operation of square. That is how you can understand square root. Now what I will do here is I'll make kind of a table here. Now in this table, let us write down few numbers. So the numbers for us are 1, this is 1 square. 2 square is 4. What is 3 square? 3 square is 9. 4 square is 16. 5 square 25. 6 square 36. Like this we can continue, right? So square root, what will square root do? If I have square root of n, what should I get? I'll get square root of 1, which is 1. Square root of 4 will be 2. Since 2 times 2 is 4, square root returns me the number 2. Square root for 9 is going to be 3. Square root for 16 will be 4. Square root of 25 is going to be 5, and square root of 36 will be 6. Like this, we can continue. This is another way of looking into square root. So that kind of gives you an idea of what square root does. So practical application is, if area is given by a number for a square, you can find the side length of the square by finding square root of that area. The other thing which you see here is, if we multiply a number by itself, then the square root of that number will be the number itself, right? So for example, let's take 25. 25, square root of 25 could be 5 times 5 is 25, correct? So 5 times 5 is 25, which you could also write as 5 square root. Square root returns us the number 5 back. So square root is reverse operation of square, and it gives us the number back. That is how you can look at square root. So we'll do some more application questions on square root in the coming videos. I hope you understand the concept. Thank you and all the best.